Because I'm going to side with Garland. I think the United States is going to go home with his tail between his legs, and we've seen this happening. Because what has progressed since this video was made like 4 or 5 days ago? We had President Trump looking like a weak puppy before the president of China, Xi Jinping, and Trump is now capitulating to China. And since after that meeting with China, we see Trump like pulling out of everything and backing down and changing the way he speaks. So what do you guys think? So now next, the consequences for Trinidad and Tobago with all of these actions because of your weak leader, because your leader did not take a stance, because she chose not to learn global politics. She chose not to learn Donald Trump. So either your prime minister is stupid, or she's bought or compromised. Why would Kamala do this to the country? Huh, guys? The number to call in, 347-791-3311. Welcome to the Slimy Show. Welcome viewers. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I know it's late. Thank you for joining me. If you can't sleep, if you're worried about everything that's happening on outside your waters, I'm here to tell you, stay calm. Stay calm. All right? The same message that Kamala was giving you, even though at the time when she was giving it, she didn't know this was all a ruse. I'm here to tell you to stay calm, that I don't think that Trump is the barking Trump. I don't think he's going to bite. This was all was it a test? I don't know. But anyway, let's listen to the recent news yesterday, and let's talk about it.
United States President Donald Trump is tonight shooting down concerns of any war with Venezuela. But he warns that Nicolas Maduro's days in office are numbered.
And the Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is reaffirming Trinidad and Tobago's commitment to regional anti-drug operations led by the United States.
As we hear in
this is what I keep telling you. Why does your media keep saying this is an anti-drug operation, and they know it is not an anti-drug operation? Why do they keep pushing this narrative? The people of Trinidad and Tobago are smarter than this by now. You should know this by now. So anyone you hear coming to you and saying the United States is in your water to fight drugs, you should question them. You should question their motives. So why is the media of Trinidad reporting to you that this is an anti-drug operation instead of regime change? Why is it so hard for them to say the truth?
By Jesse Ramdale,
or is it because this is CNC 3?
South American neighbor.
U.S. President Donald Trump believes Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's days are numbered, signaling in a recent interview continued pressure from Washington on the Maduro administration against narco-trafficking.
Are Maduro's days as president numbered?
I would say, yeah. I think so, yeah.
And this issue of potential land strikes in Venezuela, is that true?
I don't tell you that. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or untrue, but I wouldn't.
Why would
I
we
wouldn't
do
be
it?
inclined to say that I would do that, but because I don't talk to a reporter about whether or not I'm going to strike.
Trump was asked directly whether or not the U.S. was going to war with Venezuela as the presence of
since he made that video, the statements he made are like the opposite. This is like a bad video that they're reporting. So like again, why is the Trinidad and Tobago media reporting this stuff to you? Why are they putting in the words that they when because I studied media. I went to school for this stuff, right? When you go before the editor is the one who has the final say in what words that they use, and whoever is overseeing this chooses to present this information to the people. Why are they doing that? Why are they trying to dumb down the population? Why are they trying to paint this that like Maduro is our enemy?
Add anxiety in the Caribbean.
Are we going to war against Venezuela?
I doubt it. I don't think so, but they've been treating us very badly, not only on drugs. They've dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country that we didn't want. People from prisons, they emptied their prisons into our country.
Responding to questions about President Trump's position, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar said her government will continue to support the U.S. military drug interdiction exercises within the region. Persad-Bissessar also dismissed speculation and panic that erupted on Friday amid online rumors of possible military action affecting Trinidad and Tobago, accusing political opponents and social media actors of fueling unnecessary fear. She said there have been no...
Wait. Let's go back. Let's read that statement let's read the statement that your Prime Minister issued. There have been failed efforts by some persons and organizations to create chaos and hysteria among the population regarding relations between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago. The PNM, their trolls, and some in the media are trying to gaslight the population about war and attacks against Trinidad in the hope that myself or the government will respond to every rumor. Who is in charge of the police and the army in Trinidad? Is that PNM? And you guys take these statements and suck it up like you freaking sheep, like you freaking stupid, you supporters. Instead of questioning.
Actors of fueling unnecessary fear. She said there have been no military strikes within our territorial waters and there have been no requests from the U.S. military to use our territory for any strikes against drug cartels inside of Venezuela or in international waters. Asked whether U.S. kinetic operations have affected illegal drug trafficking, Persad-Bissessar said there are clear signs as the prices of marijuana and cocaine have climbed. The Prime Minister...
So if you smoke weed... So if you smoke weed in Trinidad, you should be real vexed right now. Is this what you voted for? Did you vote for higher weed prices? If you do coke, if you partake in that, did you vote for that? Did you vote? So your cigarettes and your alcohol will be now double the price? Trinidad and Tobago, how are you feeling?
The minister reiterated that the government continues to monitor the situation closely and will keep citizens informed of any credible threat.
If I was in Trinidad, I'll be real vexed. Because I smoke weed.
Member Jose Brito has sided with Nicolas Maduro's administration,
condemning
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar for supporting U.S. military activity in
the Caribbean. How embarrassing.
Accused of endorsing violence and ignoring Caribbean lives, calling TNT's alignment with Washington disloyal. He claimed the country is being used as a base for hostile operations and warned that foreign intervention supporters will be rejected.
Concerns are growing along Toco's coastline, where fishermen say the fear of a lingering U.S. military presence is keeping them closer to shore and away from their livelihoods.
With no clear word from authorities, some residents are bracing for the worst, worried that the economic ripple effects could soon hit home. Shane Superville has more in this report.
Days after the USS Gravely left TNT shores, there are concerns that the U.S. military presence may not be far away, as counter-drug trafficking operations appear to be far from over. On Sunday, Reuters International reported that 2 U.S. military vessels were somewhere in the waters immediately around Trinidad and Tobago as part of ongoing military operations against suspected drug runners. CNC3 News spoke with Celebia fishermen who said they received a warning from police not to venture too far out to sea. But according to some of their fellow boaters, the danger around the...
Why? What is the real reason for this? I have questions. Everything that is reported in this, or especially on this station, I have questions. Why was this alert now sent out to the fishermen? The real reason.
Also, the rumor they say a military boat had board a boat across outside the rig. It's about 29 miles offshore. and ransack the boat and just jump back in the boat and gone.
He said while he could not verify whether such an incident happened, another lifelong boater, Roger Maraj, says he was unaware of any such activities.
No, I don't really see anything because we are on the east side here now. You understand? We are on the east side, me see nothing like that.
But Toko businessman Kerry Arthur says while nobody wants to panic, in the absence of any clear messaging from the government, many Toko residents can only prepare in their own way and hope for the best.
From the government, we're not really getting any direct information, but we just reading how things happening. With the alert last week, it wouldn't be wise to just hear something like that happening and not prepare yourself or not do anything about it.
Arthur also says while a slowdown in fishing activities hasn't been directly felt, a lack of revenue from fisherfolk will have a direct impact on the microeconomies of seaside communities like Toko. Fishermen who rely on the open sea for their livelihood are scanning the waters, not just for fish, but for any signs of a U.S. military presence which can potentially exacerbate regional tensions right on our doorstep. And while there hasn't been any official confirmation as to whether or not there really is a U.S. Navy vessel off the coast of Toko, communities on this quiet coastline are still uneasy, as they say they can only respond to emergencies if and when it happens. And while the rumors are unverified, the anxiety felt is still very much real. Shane Superville, CNC3 News.
Okay, if you're a fisherman, let me tell you guys about a new feature on the Workers' Right website. We now have a feature where if you want, because one of the stories I reported to you was because of a tip that I received. If you have any tips for the Workers' Right platforms, you can now go to www.868.com/tips, and any message you want to give us in secret, you can either do it anonymously or you can send us your name. We are accepting tips. So let's demonstrate that. Let me show you guys the website. The new Workers' Right website platform. Here we go. So this is the website. Well, it's not showing it properly, man. This is the live stream. So if we're ever down, we will be actually popping up. This is the live stream. If we're ever down on YouTube, we will be popping up a backup stream on the Workers' Right Live website. And I know if this is actually from YouTube, so we have another system set up with an encoder where if we ever cut off, we could literally stream directly from the website platform. There's also the video library, past videos we've done on the library. The contact us page is now up and running, guys. So any messages you want to send to the Workers' Right platform, you go to workersright868.com/contact. And there's also the tips function. So here it is, spill the tea with Workers' Right 868 Live. So any messages you want to send to us, use this function on the website. So if you have any stories, let's say you're an insider and you want to report a tip to us, do it here anonymously. Right? So the contact us and the tip function is now working. Big things are coming, guys. Big things are coming. Like I said, we intend to report truth to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have other plans for you guys. But just stay tuned. All right, let's get back to the presentation. A story